Greetings YouTube. Today we are moving on to the Baphomet. The Baphomet itself was a fabled idol that the medieval Knights Templar worshipped until the 1307. In this narrative, the ghosts of Templar monks reassemble each year to commemorate their immolation and engage in demonic possession of unwary animals, although the Templar Grand Master, Pierre Klosowski and Friedrich Nietzsche also assume animal forms during the dialogue and vignettes that follow, and provide commentary on eros, death, transgression, and rejection of conventional morality. It is never certain whether Baphomet is an actual entity, or whether this is an hallucinogenic spectacle produced by the dying consciousness of the monks themselves shortly before onset of death. The name Baphomet first appears around 1250, in an Occitan poem bewailing the defeat of the Seventh Crusade. Ostoric Dorlhek refers to Baphomets when the medieval order of the Knights Templar was suppressed by King Philip I of France. On Friday, October 13, 1307, King Philip had many French Templars simultaneously arrested and then tortured into confessions. The name Baphomet comes up in several of these confessions, in reference to an idol of some type that the Templars were alleged to have worshipped. The description of the object changed from confession to confession. Some Templars denied any knowledge of it. Others, under torture, described it as being either a severed head, a cat, or a head with three faces. Over 100 different charges had been leveled against the Templars. Most of them were clearly false, as they were the same charges that were leveled against many of King Philip's enemies. For example, he had earlier kidnapped Pope Boniface VIII and charged him with near-identical offenses of heresy, spitting and urinating on the cross, and sodomy. However, the claims of an idol named Baphomet were unique to the Inquisition of the Templars, as Karen Rawls, author of Knights Templar Encyclopedia, argues that this is significant. There is no mention of Baphomet either in the Templar Roll or in other medieval period Templar documents. Centuries later, the name Baphomet appeared in the essay by the Viennese Orientalist Joseph Freiherr von Hammer-Purgstall's Mysterium Baphometis Revellatum. As the mystery of Baphomet revealed, which presented an elaborate pseudo-history constructed to discredit the Freemasons by linking them with Templar Masons. He argued, using as archaeological evidence Baphomets faked by earlier scholars and literary evidence such as the Grail romances, that the Templars were Gnostics and the Templars' head was a Gnostic idol called Baphomet. In the 19th century, some European museums acquired such pseudo-Egyptian objects, which were catalogued as Baphomets and credulously thought to have been idols of the Templars. Some modern scholars such as Peter Partner and Malcolm Barber agree that the name of Baphomet was an Old French corruption of the name Muhammad, with the interpretation being that some of the Templars, through their long military occupation of the Outremer, had begun incorporating Islamic ideas into their belief system, and that this was seen and documented by the Inquisitors as heresy. Peter Partner's 1987 book The Knights Templar and Their Myth says, in the trial of the Templars one of their main charges was their supposed worship of a heathen idol head known as a Baphomet. Baphomet equals Mahomet. Partner's book also provides a quote from a poem written in a Provençal dialect by a troubadour who is thought to have been a Templar. The poem is in reference to some battles in 1265 that were not going well for the Crusaders, and daily they impose new defeats on us, for God has abandoned us, who used to watch on our behalf, is now asleep, and Baphomet puts forth his power.